So I'm live, or so they tell me. I'm still not convinced. Tonight we are talking about Halloween. The Has anything really new come out about the new movie? Not really, but the internet has been all abuzz ever since the Halloween movie was announced. And not only are we talking about that, but I also got some flea market. I did a flea market haul. I went to the flea market this week, so I picked up some things, and some of them are kind of different. But every time I either make a video or I'm at around and I meet somebody, they ask me about Halloween. They ask me about the new movie Halloween, and they ask me about my favorite Halloween, all that type of stuff. So we're going to talk about the Halloween franchise. Hey, Paulie, welcome, dude. It is nice to see you back here. You made it this time, and on time, right on time. Actually, I just started the video. So first off, Paulie, I'm going to show what I got at the flea market. Just a couple things. One's kind of unique and different, and I can actually thank Phelan and Obscura Lupa for making me get this. Really. Hey, Savannah, how's it going? Hey, Jason. We are going to talk about. Well, first I'm going to show you guys what I got at the flea market, and then we're going to talk about the Halloween franchise. I The new movie, what I liked about the original franchise, maybe even what I do different. We're gonna have some fun. But first off, this here giant tiger bag is my flea market haul for this week. And I think I'm going to leave the weird thing for last. Because I was cooking. Not a lot tonight. I made spaghetti tonight. But let's go with the regular stuff first. So, first off, I picked up these four that I'm going to show you now for about 15 bucks altogether. I made a deal. This one here was a little bit. So I really love What's New, Pup Named Scooby-Doo. So really big fan of this. There's one problem with this though. I checked all the discs for every one of them except for this one here. For some reason, I thought it was like sealed. It wasn't. And I'm actually missing Volume 2 in that set. But Volume 2 is cheap to pick up, so it's easy to complete this one. I just grabbed the second one for about like $6, and I'll have done with it. I gotta get I'm collecting all Scooby-Doo, so I need to get all the Scooby-Doo stuff. I'm collecting a lot of animation actually. So along with that, they had this here, and this is the Baby Looney Tunes, and this one is sealed. So 4 volumes. I actually don't really remember the show that much, but I'll check it out. Next up is a series that I've been wanting to get for a while, and that is, I gotta get these stickers off here. The Critic. Good show when I was younger. When I went to start collect. Oh, you want to collect Scooby-Doo? I've been collecting Scooby-Doo for a while, Polly, and it's really fun to collect. I gotta say, much like Super Friends, it's a really fun series to collect. Now, The Critic was a show that it didn't last long. It lasted about 2 seasons. Of course, he did us. I think he went over on The Simpsons for an episode as well, but that's not included down here. The Simpsons episode's not included down here. But I really kind of enjoyed the show back in the day. I remember there was him and his son, and I think it was an Australian like action hero type actor that was one of his best friends, and really enjoyed the show. What was really cool is that I literally got these for less than $5 each, and I have the complete collection of the Walt Disney Treasures. They're going to release season 2 of the Be Cool Scooby-Doo on DVD anytime soon. I haven't heard, but with Scooby-Doo, they really do usually release everything. So I'm hoping that it should soon get released. So I always pick up these when I get the chance, especially when they're really cheap. And this is the Silly Symphonies. Hey James, how's it going? I got this. I'm actually super stoked about this. I already have this, by the way, guys. It's just that if you've got like any of these Disney treasures, they're really, really good. So anytime I come across in the wild and they're like at a good price, I pick it up as a backup copy. So this is my backup copy of Silly Symphonies. A bit more like battered than the edition I got, but for less than $5 for the Silly Symphonies release, it's a really really good release. As you can tell, it's one of the, the limited edition is right on the can. It's a tin basically because that the early ones were done like that. Later ones they actually put like a thing on the inside. Favorite, the critic quote: "Instead of going to the killing fields, they should have sent them to the acting fields." Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the Disney Treasure Silly Symphonies. What are they exactly? Is Disney once they awesome heard. Yeah, these are actually I got all of these. They're around. I think there's around 30 Disney treasures. They were started and kind of the idea of really of Leonard Maltin, who got Disney to Hardy Buys one. Yeah, there's a Hardy Buys one actually. There's a Hardy Buys one. The Zorro one's really cool as well. There's like two seasons of Zorro, and they've got each got like a black Disney treasures cover instead of the regular silver one. The Oswald the Lucky Rabbit got a gold one, and yep, I have them all. I have them complete actually. No, I got it. Like I got this one, and I think I have another one that's doubles, because yeah, they are it's pretty expensive, Jesse. This one cost me less than $5 though. The guy I don't think knew, and it's actually a good. The discs are really good, so. Nice backup. And Silly Symphonies were like the early, like kind of like Disney stuff. They're short films. So you had like stuff on here, like I'll open it up and I'll show you guys. So for people that have never seen these here. If you guys want me to, I can actually do like a complete overview of my. I can't do it now because things are messed up here. Of my entire like Disney treasures collection. But they would come in like inside of it. It would be like this right here, and inside of that. There'd be a card with a little bit of like information on the back, and there'd be a booklet. I'll definitely do the collection, Polly. I'm actually very proud of this. This is one of the most expensive collections that I've got in my collection. You don't want to know what my better half paid for one of the Donald Duck ones. I'm not kidding. You really don't want to know. But we got kind of different stuff in here, like Fables and Fairy Tales. We got Mother Goose Melodies, Babes in the Woods, The Lullaby Land, Three Little Pigs, The Big Bad Wolf, Three Little Wolves, Wolves, The Grasshopper and the Ants, Tortoise and the Hare, Nature on the Screen, Birds of a Feather, Just Dogs, Father Noah's Ark. Just a bunch of really different cool stuff. And this here particular one actually came from the late lamented Blockbuster, as you can see by the Blockbuster thing on the inside. So that was like a double plus for me. Not only was I getting a second copy of one that I've already got, like a really good copy of. Do you remember Disney used to sing those? I used to love those sing-along songs. Actually, they came out around the time that my oldest was little. So I had a few of those actually. I had a few of the sing-along songs. My favorites were the Aristocats. There's a used video store by my house. They want like $200 for the Donald Duck one. That's great. It is. Was that volume? What volume of Donald Duck was that? Probably 4, right? 3 or 4. One of them was really super expensive, and like a lot of them were expensive. I lucked out by going on eBay, and what you do. What are they called? Merry Melodies. Merry Melodies is Looney Tunes, and Silly Symphonies is Disney. So you're close. The Aristocats is probably my favorite Disney film. Mine too, actually. I love the Aristocats. Now, ready to see something weird that I picked up? As you guys know, one of the people that I do watch, I got my hair all messed up here, is Obscura Lupa and Phelan. And they did a couple videos on this one, and it's a sequel. And it was so entertainingly cheesy and weird, I had to pick it up, guys. You guys know I collect all formats. And something that's lacking in my collection are games based on from different formats. And this one here is the Clue VCR mystery game. It's black code. I love the black code. Lupa's awesome, actually. She's a sweetheart. So is Phelan. Phelan's fantastic. The Clue VCR mystery game. Yes, this is a VCR mystery game. Is anybody here familiar with the VCR games? Because I'm sure you guys. So what would happen is you'd have a game, wouldn't have a board pretty much. You would put this VHS into your VCR, and you'd watch usually some, and, a couple of these people actually went on to do some stuff though. You just stop, use your remote to stop it, and you'd solve the mysteries. Now, how would you solve the mysteries? Each of these would have like a different mystery within. So there'd be a booklet, and in here, the solutions to the mysteries are coded like this. So you can't actually read what it says unless you got, and thankfully it was with it, this. So this is the decoder, and you'll put it over here so you can actually see the words to who the killer is. It came with that. It came with like some the sheets for the for solving the mysteries, and of course all the cards. And I gotta say, what's really cool is that they couldn't have played this very much. There's like a ton of sheets here, but like there's a pack of the cards here. See this? They're not even opened. Things like, in this one here, no one was murdered with the jeweled weapon. You can mark it off if you watch the clip. And of course there was the clue cards. And who are the characters in Clue? Well, there was Mrs. White, Professor Plum, Sergeant Gray, Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard, Miss Peach, Madame Rose, Monsieur Brunette, Mrs. Peacock. Has the basement destruction going? We got our plumbing fixed, so it's just the basement left to be done. And because he couldn't find the card, he actually created a Miss Scarlet, which is the only card that is missing out of this entire set. So not too bad. Anybody ever comes across this game and finds a Miss Scarlet card, please send it my way. Hey, movie back, how's it going? Welcome back. We're all here, and I had some weird stuff today. Clue, the VCR mystery game. There is a sequel to this, actually. A second Clue VCR mystery game, which I got to do. Pretty good, except for the fact that I look up the indicator box sets in October. I know you're getting kind of frustrated last night. Yeah, they're so good. How much do they cost you? How much does this here, the Clue VCR mystery game, was $3 actually. So pretty cool. All the VHS, all the DVDs that I showed you guys today were all under $20 altogether. Was we're about $15 for the four of them. So and for people who came late, I'll just show you really quickly. I got the two Scooby-Doo, Pup Named Scooby-Doo, and Baby Looney Tunes. I got Critic, the complete series of the movie Clue, but I've never played the game. It's really cheesy. Look for it online, James. There's actually, I think, a video with with Phelan and Lupa playing the game. It's really funny. And this here. Oh, I picked up one other thing. It's not, I guess it's kind of media related, because yeah, you see this? Yeah, I picked up I've got two 32-inch CRT TVs, but they're kind of heavy. It can be kind of heavy to move. Now, say if I want to play the Clue game with my better half, my kids or something like that, am I getting any of the new Eureka titles? I might actually, but not right away. There's just too many to pick up. I'm not going to be picking up much until Halloween. I'm trying to save up for the indicator titles that are coming out, and I want to have the Vinegar Syndrome ones. I know that's going to be a good one. They showed like a kind of a clue today, which was a kind of a box thing with a little bit of blood coming out of it. Some people. I got in the mail yesterday a huge box. It's a CD, DVD, Blu-ray rack. Oh, nice. Bought a remote. Actually, I bought her. I bought a TV. Hold on a second. It's I'll show you guys. It's like Clue VHS game in the Jurassic Park. What I think of the three lenticular covers. Actually, I saw that you. Oh my god, that you actually put me on. I like it, but I got it, and I don't know. I kind of want it. Actually, I really want it, but there's so much that I want. There's the big like Ingmar Bergman box coming in November, and it's going to cost me like $260. You still have the Clue VHS set? I was talking to Ken actually a little bit earlier. I'll be right back. I'll actually show you the TV I got. I'm going to pay like $2 for it. So yeah, $2 for a TV, and I never know how long when the CRTs are going to last. Hopefully for a long time, because those TVs back then they were meant to last. But I've got like a lot of retro gaming systems. I traded the Scarlet card for the Russ Meyer set. No, that Russ Meyer set is one of the prized of my collection. Plus, I better watch some of my laser discs on there. All 5 of them. I need more. So, I'm excited about the upcoming Halloween movie. $2 for a ticket. It is a good deal, actually. I'm a huge fan. But so I've been finding videos over and over on like Halloween. There's people will be talking about like, I'm drinking tea already. No, it's actually right now. It's my pre-tea drink, which is hot chocolate, which I drink earlier in the night, and I drink tea a little bit later. This is actually a mint hot chocolate that I buy. Anyway, so I'm online and I'm going on YouTube and I'm finding all types of like videos on Halloween. They're talking about the new movie, how they think it's going to end, talking about some of the older films, how they think they could have made them better, that type of thing. So I thought I'd do an all-encompassing type of Halloween video tonight. And we could actually talk about like the Halloween franchise, what we thought about the new film that's coming out. And I'm not going to be ragging on any Halloween films at all in this one here. I got to love the franchise, and I'm starting to grow fond of some ones that actually took me a while to grow fond of. But what I want to talk about tonight is actually the new film and some of the films right here. I'm not going to do like a listing or anything like that, but we'll just go into Halloween in general. And if you guys have any questions or comments, we'll see how it turns from there. But I think Wolfman Scott Nards did a video talking about how he thinks it's going to end. Anymore, this is a zombie. But I need that Ingmar Bergman. I don't have any Ingmar Bergman in my collection, James, at all. And as you know, as a movie, not just a movie freak, but a guy that's like, hello, hello. I like your music. But I'm super excited. Now, Cinemassacre has been doing, you're not digging the new Halloween. Looks like it's borrowing too much from the older Halloween films. That's trying to cut it. I say, my future friend, how's it going, Ringo? I'm doing really good, actually. The biggest joke of all, the joke on the children. Better than part 4, but I think that the new Halloween film, I think looks really good. It's R-rated. That's a plus. Now, didn't need it, but still, I'm glad it's pretty brutal. And so I think it is going to please old fans of the older Halloween films. And I think it's also going to please newer fans that came in and maybe just saw the reboots, the zombie wings. I think it's going to actually be something that can please both audiences. And that's not an easy task. Decker Shadow is doing like a Summer of Halloween. And he's actually not a big fan of Halloween. He actually finds the first couple of Halloweens, he finds them actually pretty boring. And, to each his own. And I'm a huge fan of Halloween. So I don't know things. There's been like all kinds of videos. The Cinemassacre did like a couple. He did one on how he thinks was the most commercially successful of the Beatles in his solo career. He was actually. And I've got a great Ringo film called Candy, by the way, from Kino Lorber. It's actually a really fun film, bit of a mind trip. That's really fun. So I thought I'd go over all these things. I love the Cinemassacre videos, by the way. Do you think the hype is so high on the new Halloween film because it's so long since we've had one? I think any Halloween film coming out is going to be hyped to a certain extent. I think obviously having Jamie Lee Curtis in it is going to add more to that hype. And I think that for some of us older viewers that felt like a little left out in within the reboot franchise, I think it's a nice throwback to us. But I think there's enough that for the people that like the reboot franchise, that I think it's gonna please them as well. See, I don't. How do you overhype something like Halloween? I don't think you can underhype. It's going to be overhyped no matter what. And it's the same thing if any of the big franchise things come out. If a new Friday 13th came out, if a new Nightmare on Elm Street came out, good or bad, obviously, there's going to be a ton of like hype. Kitty cat. For Have I seen the first pictures of the new Terminator in Hamilton? Actually, I have with the three girls. Yeah, it looks really cool. I hope it is. I mean, like Terminator films have not done the best. I still think Part Two is I love Part One, but I saw Part Two in the theater. I mean, like the music was fantastic, and I just really loved the experience of going to see Terminator Two. Well, I didn't bring back Cundy. They brought back Castle. Did Cundy want to come back though? And what was he doing now? He obviously had a certain feel for it. I mean, like Nick Castle was brought back as a kind of a tribute or treat to the fans. Obviously, he's not the person that's playing Mars throughout the entirety of the film. And to be honest with you, yeah, T2 was awesome. So yeah. But be honest with you, in the first Halloween film, a few different people played Michael Myers. Nick Castle was one of many people that played Michael Myers in Part One. Tony Moran played Michael Myers. I'm most excited for John Carpenter's new score, to be honest. So yeah, it'll be interesting, Jesse, to see that because John Carpenter really, it was really nice to see that he came. He looks amazing in a class. Yeah, that's the thing. There's some really awesome kick-ass stuff coming back right now, and I'm super excited. I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis back. I personally think she's going to get killed in this movie. I think it's that they've set up her her daughter and her granddaughter, and they're bringing Michael back, and I think that they're going to do this in a way that they're probably going to kill off Jamie Lee Curtis and kind of give her character the send off that she deserves rather than the send off that she got back in Resurrection, which although I do find Resurrection a fun film, it's not a good film, and she had a horrible death in Resurrection. I'm still not sure if she actually died in the film or not, but it looks like she kind of died. It kind of doesn't make sense. I expect to be blown away by the new movie, and I don't think they will be. I think it's just going to be an average slasher. I don't think Halloween can ever be an average slasher. Just not where you go from here in the Halloween franchise. No, James, Jesse, there's nothing wrong with like it's not negativity to be kind of like skeptical and unsure if this movie can live up to the hype that it's given. And for some people, it's not going to be able to live up to the hype that's given because you're going to build it so high in your mind so that how can it? From so did I tell you it's confirmed their Carpenter's son is using the revamp tracks for Christine in Big Trouble. Ooh. Understand how a character can be brought back if they're killed off in a previous film. Well, it happens a lot. How many characters? You do not understand how a character can be brought back and killed off in the previous film? I'll put it to you this way. When H2O, when I saw H2O in the theater, and Jamie Lee Curtis chopped off Michael Myers' head, like legit chopped his head, clear off, gone, he's dead. I looked over at my friend that I was there with and I said, yeah, that's not Michael Myers. And he's like, what do you mean? She just chopped off Michael Myers' head. Oh, yeah, there'll be a twist. There's going to be a couple twists within the film, I think. I think it's going to be a mix of the old and the new. And I think it's Shark's going to be brought back from Death in the Waterfall, any character again. So true. And he's died for a while. Or did he? Because Doyle wrote stories about another detective afterwards that is rumored to have actually been Sherlock Holmes in disguise. Expectations are low, so maybe I'll end up being surprised by it. I think we will be surprised, James. I really do. I think that this is going to be something you're going to like more than you thought. Who loved the original Halloween films? Like, if you got this box set, kudos, because now this box set is unfortunately really expensive to buy. So Carpenter does feel that this will be the best sequel, and he's basically doing this for the does not basically do it for the money. Carpenter will do it for the money. Neil Gaiman will write Sandman for the money. But here's the thing: more than anything else, like Carpenter right now did not have to do Halloween. He really didn't. This is a high point in Carpenter's career. He's been going around doing concerts. I think they release another box set when Halloween gets released on Medium. I don't think so, not unless they go for a 4K. And I don't see that happening. It was really hard to get the rights to this box set, Savannah. So basically, this box set here cannot be released again, as it took forever to get all the rights and everything situated with this box set. Those rights are gone past now. To the farther that point, Lionsgate is now putting out a 4K UHD of the original Halloween. We this was a limited time thing. People grabbed it when they could because they knew how hard it was. It was years. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? We're talking about one of your very favorite things. We're talking about Halloween, and I know you're a huge Halloween fan. Probably next to me, probably the biggest. Carpenter should do Escape from Earth with Old Snake. I don't know. Escape from LA was iffy, and it was fun, but it was odd, and I don't know if it got the feel right. I still don't. Sometimes I think it did. Sometimes I think that it was a laugh. But anyway, to what I was saying before, did I listen to the commentary with Casso, Cundy, and Wallace? Actually, I haven't listened to it yet. I really should. There's a lot of commentaries I got to listen to. The fact that he actually went to John Carpenter's approval. Actually, that was really cool. And I'm anxious about the Halloween 4K, but I'm kind of nervous because it is Lionsgate, and I don't think, Lionsgate was the most of the films. They don't license their movies out. Hope they do. I own one edition. There's a 10 disc set, Savannah, you can pick up. It's like a smaller one. That's still pretty much available. This one here runs for about like $200 or so on eBay now. But I would love to see them. I would love to see a reissue of this set so that people can get it. I don't care if it's limited or not. I just want more people to be able to get the love of the set. But yeah, I think that people said John Carpenter was doing this for money. He was doing it for the cash type of thing. But as I was saying before, he didn't have to at this point. This was the one time in John Carpenter's career when he was pretty set. His concerts and his albums. I like Escape from LA too, but I keep going back and forth on whether I think it's the right sequel from Escape from New York. You know what I mean? I mean, I like the movie, but I'm still not sure if it really got everything about the Pliskin character. There are things that I love about the movie, and there's things that I watch it again, and I go back and forth. I never hate it. I always like it, but I don't always love it. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I like it. I don't know if he'd be. I don't want him to go in and do like old Snake Plissken. Not if they can't like just really do it well. Got a copy of the box last year, $75. That is an awesome deal, Jason. It really freaking is. But yeah, this was the one time Carpenter basically didn't need the money. So I Carpenter convention earlier this year, and he kept insisting that he had very little to do with this film. It made me feel like he wasn't impressed with. That's Carpenter. How come your kids move 4 hours away? For university. My kids are going to university. Well, my youngest one is going to university this year, and my eldest is going to be going to university next term. So the actually they came here, and we had a fantastic time. I talked to them every day, and whether we text or talk, we do every day. And it's been a blast. Yesterday they went to like a multicultural festival, and they're going to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing tomorrow. I think it's a parody of Escape from New York. Do you see it as a parody? I can kind of see that. I could see that like Carpenter would do that. Him and Kurt Russell have a blast every time they work together. Just listening to the commentaries of Kurt Russell and John Carpenter are they're fun. Films are really good. Carpenter always does plays zone. See that Carpenter does, and that's the thing. Some people consider Carpenter a dick for like what he does, or they think he's too full of himself. I don't get that from Carpenter. I kind of get what you get, James. I think Carpenter comes off like that because he's actually downplaying, like because he does actually downplay his stuff a lot more than people realize. He has every right to be damn proud of the stuff he's done. He's made some incredible films, and not just Halloween. He's made some incredible films from different genres, from Escape from New York, The Fog, like just amazing stuff. Ooh, did I miss something here? You got the steelbooks. Are you gonna get the steelbooks that are coming out in? You'll probably get them. I know, Andrew. You buy like almost everything Halloween, don't you? The Scream Factory steelbooks. I was iffy on the artwork. That's why I'm probably not picking them up. That and there's nothing new. And I own the movies like so many times right now. So I can pretty much watch any of these films at any time and be like thoroughly entertained. The Part 1 steelbook is from the UK. Oh yeah, Part 5 and 6 are from Germany. Actually, if you like the Zombie Ween ones, I think they're actually making a steelbook of the first one of that as well. So I've heard that anyway. So you can correct me if I'm wrong on that, Andrew. You usually know a bit more when it comes to what's coming out for Halloween stuff than I do. I think to make Mike Myers more sympathetic in the movie. Now he's an old man. I think they're going to do the opposite. I think that the reason that we've taken away that Jamie Lee Curtis was his sister, that Laurie Strode's his sister, is to make him scarier, to bring him back to the boogeyman, to give him absolutely no reasoning behind no methods or motives behind the madness. I think that he is going to be what he was before, and which is a force of nature. I think he's going to be like he's going to kill, he's going to brutally kill. There's going to be none of this like of him like there's no going to be no existential turmoil within Myers about whether he's going to kill somebody or not. He's going to be back to being scary, and I think that's what I missed in the reboots and what I missed in some of the later sequels. At times, Michael Myers did become scary. He seemed like a prop in some of his own films. That's that's a sad fact. But look at like H2O, which is considered one of the better sequels. They had no less than, was it 4 masks for Michael Myers, one of them being a digital mask. They were more. What did you buy? They were more concerned with the look of with having Jamie Lee Curtis in H2O. It's going to be creepy that they're not going to be brother and sister. Something weird, like he's obsessed with her and he wants to kill her. I think he's going to want to kill everybody. I think Laurie Strode is good. Maybe he'll go back after Laurie, but I think more than anything, here's the thing: Laurie's obsessed with him. She's the Loomis character. Michael doesn't have to go to her. She will go to Michael. She wants Michael dead. She has been preparing for the day that Michael escapes. She wants to kill him. You're weird. That's nothing weird about that, man. Halloween 3 is a lot of people's favorites. That went from being like a reviled film back in the day to being something that's truly grown a complete cult-like love. And if you like Halloween 3, watch the Cinemassacre video, H2O, H2O. That's really good. So I can see exactly how the movie will be played out. Hope I'm not alone. It looks dark. It looks like If they keep Lee Curtis alive, then they've signed her on for two. If they, no, I'm not saying they have. I said then they would have signed her on for two, and they're going to make her kind of a Loomis character. Like Jamie Lee Curtis' journey in this one is to die. Inevitably, it's to get killed off, and I think she'll go out in a glorious fashion. I think Mike might even steal his sister's supply of Activia. See, that's the thing, Jimbo. It's not his sister anymore. One problem the film will have is that Myers will be on screen too much. Keep him more in the shadows. I think they are going to keep him in the shadows. Look at the trailer. We're not seeing a lot of Michael. We're seeing aspect. We're seeing, but about Steelbook editions of Wolf Creek too. I gotta actually send me a picture of that. I'd like to see the Steelbook of that. But there's a lot of stuff that they can do. There's a lot of really good stuff they can do with this film. Will they do it all? Do you think Michael became obsessed with her because he's a person that he's person when he went to drop off the key? I think it was in the originally. That might have been part of it. I think that it was more than just her that he was going for. All three of those characters, they were babysitting. They were his sister's age. Do you think they should have had a different approach instead of having him go after Laurie Strode? Well, obviously in the sequel, in Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, Laurie Strode became his sister, and that's why he went after it. And when that happened, it killed a lot of like what made Halloween scary in the first place. Is that you had this guy, this little kid, he had absolutely no reason, he just killed, and he waited patiently, and he decided now he was going to get out. Methodically got out, stalked and killed, and no reasoning behind it. Just he basically, and as the line says in the film, was he the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, I think he was, and that's what he should have stayed, the boogeyman, a character that kills mercilessly for absolutely no reason other than the fact that he's killing. No thorn cult, no complicated backstory, no nieces, no sisters, just a faceless killer that you can put all your fears on. From the band make a ton of money. Do you think they'll continue the story after the upcoming film or do another reboot from the beginning again? Well, they did say, the director and writer of the film said that they already have a idea in the works for Halloween 2. Or the sequel to their Halloween film, whatever they're going to call it. And they originally had planned to shoot both of those films back to back. But they decided they'd wait and see the kind of reaction and reception that this first Halloween film got before they go on to make the next one. Do you think that maybe they wanted to add in the complication to challenge the audience, or just decide to keep Laurie? The complication? You mean like I was surprised that they went with like so many years later and making Michael what now in his 50s or 60s. But Michael as a character, I don't think we can say him Michael's 60 years old in the age. Did he ever officially say whether the ambulance driver in H2 died? I'm confused about that. You mean in the original Halloween when? Oh, are you talking about Lance Guest when he kind of hits his head? I don't think he died. I think he just had a concussion. That's from when he slipped down on the blood earlier in the film. He just kind of like goes to start the car. What are my thoughts on Halloween, the producer's cut? I'm actually going to get into that in a minute. I told you guys this is going to be Halloween centric. I love mint hot chocolate. So, you guys want to talk about Halloween, the producer's cut and the theatrical cut? Both of these things had things that were fantastic in them, and they had things that were not fantastic. And before I talk about this, did you get the Ringo movies during the Arrow sale? I did go for the Ringo films, James. I went for the Ringo set, and I went for Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, and one of my favorite yaddles of all time, Don't Torture a Duckling. Those were the three that I grabbed up during the sale. I didn't have very much money to spend on the sale itself, but I had to grab those three. I'm a big spaghetti western fan. I don't have very many spaghetti westerns in my collection. So if you know my mom's, I have to go to Crystal Lake. So before I say anything else, I'm gonna say fuck Joe Chappelle. You knew I was going to say this, didn't you, Ken? The genius of that is Joe Chappelle. Joe Chappelle is a guy that rode the coattails of a couple horror films, Halloween and Hellraiser 4. And he kind of was like this Weasley little dude that came in and bossed everybody around and told out, called Donald Pleasance boring. And yeah, at this point, most people that watch my channel know that me and Joe Chappelle should never meet, ever, anywhere. I guess to finish that, they showed San Diego Comic Con was pretty amazing. It was brutal, and Michael was just going house to house. But I was sitting on my feet, and I thought producer's cut was way better than the theatrical cut. I gotta agree. The producer's cut is my favorite of the two. Now there are things that I do like about the theatrical cut. I'm not gonna lie. The theatrical cut. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. Had the exploding like Godfather, and it was a bit more brutal. I like those aspects. Now the Halloween, the producer's cut, is way scarier than Halloween, the theatrical cut. The theatrical cut is just, like when somebody comes up and just says "boo," and you get scared the first time, but you start walking down the road and you keep just coming up saying "boo" over and over again, and the first time is scary, then the rest of the time it's really annoying. That's what I think the theatrical cut is like. It's like "boo." By the way, did I say "boo"? Did you hear "boo" yet? Are you scared? Are you scared yet? Are you scared? No, I'm not scared. I'm annoyed. Killing off J.C. Brandy in this one, character of Jamie Lloyd at the beginning of the film really didn't make any sense. Yeah, the theatrical cut. I would kept some of the gore theatrical cut, but I'm gonna get some more criticism because to me, it's always been The Stray. But yeah, there's a scene where Paul Rudd meets Loomis, and they meet in a hospital, and Loomis is at the hospital, the straight man of Flesh films. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But the reason he's in the hospital is in the producer's cut. Basically, he's in there to see Jamie because she's been attacked by Michael, and she will die later on by being killed by the Man in Black. There's no reason for him to be there in the theatrical cut. Jamie dies at the beginning of the film in an overly grotesque way that doesn't suit or doesn't feel right for the character of Jamie Lloyd. The film is a little odd. I do like a lot of aspects of the film. I think that there's a good film, like a much better film in there that hasn't been cut or really shown yet. I think that the theatrical cut and producer's cut are both decent. I think the producer's cut is leaps and bounds above the theatrical cut, but I think a third composite cut might actually be even better. Not that I have one in mind, but I wouldn't mind seeing one thing that needs to be cut out of any cut of Halloween, Christopher Michael Myers. There's this character, I think his name is Barry, and it's supposed to be like Howard Stern, is what it's supposed to be, but they couldn't get him. So they got this guy to play a Howard Stern-like character. Joe Chappelle killed Don Pleasance. He never liked the Loomis character. Yeah, Joe Chappelle can. I hate Joe Chappelle for what he did. I hate him for what he did to Donald Pleasance on his last film role. I hate him for how he made the girl the star of this movie feel when she was acting in it, like making fun of her, saying that he wouldn't have cast her, that her chin was too pointy, like nixing all of Daniel Farron's ideas and endings so that it got rewrote over and over and over again. I really do not like Joe Chappelle. I'm going to do after that. What, CSI? Yeah, sorry guys. I just get really upset when it comes to that. Black case. Oh yeah, they all have black cases. These are fantastic, by the way. If you get the chance to get this, if you don't have it, guys, I'm guessing Mom's here, but I know Andrew's probably got this. Look at the features. This was a movie that nobody thought was ever going to get a DVD release or a Blu-ray release, even the theatrical edition. They thought maybe down the road, but nobody ever thought there'd be a Blu-ray release of the producer's cut, which most people like me had saw in on VHS in crappy editions with really bad footage. We never really thought that it was a possibility to get a producer's cut of the film on Blu-ray done extremely well. That wasn't a thought. That was a dream. We were hoping we'd get even a mediocre copy on DVD that was legit. That if we were lucky, we'd get a commentary or something on it. And instead, when they put it out, this was, one of the jewels of this set, is that all of a sudden it wasn't just a theatrical cut. We were getting the producer's cut. We're getting them both Blu-ray. We're getting them remastered, and we're getting them with audio commentaries, interviews, look backs, just a ton of features. It was the Halloween set was something that we thought couldn't happen. And if the Halloween set could ever happen, nobody expected the producer's cut. And if they did expect it, expected a poor quality producer's cut, not what we got. So the fact that this set exists is almost like a weird anomaly in horror. It's the thing everybody wanted to happen, but nobody ever thought would. But there we go. That is the Halloween set. Great stuff, and there's great editions of like every one. And so you get like TV, basically you get the TV editions, a bunch of featurettes on here. I'm going to be watching this Halloween stuff over the next few weeks. Every once in a while, I'm going to turn on Halloween feature or Halloween film. It's a released director's cut of Friday the Jason Lives. I think they really need to get a good. I don't think we have yet had the definitive edition of a Friday the 13th. I mean, I like the Blu-ray set, and it's got some great features on it. But yes, I think they can actually get Scream or Arrow or somebody to do an actual definitive Friday the 13th set. I think Nightmare on Elm Street needs it too. Nightmare on Elm Street had the definitive DVD set, like up above any other like horror franchise. They did it. What's your favorite Friday? I remember actually seeing that one back in theater back in the day. I'm a huge fan of the Friday series. I love the film, but I'm conflicted about what it did to the franchise. I love every aspect of the film. Well, I love Thom Matthews as an actor, but I didn't like his take on Tommy Jarvis. Do I have any horror figurines? Actually, I do. I should probably show those in a video sometime soon. I did a video once before where I showed them. I've got speaking of Friday the 13th, I have Jason Part 2, Jason Part 3, Jason Part 6, which if you guys can look up there. So if you're a fan of Part 6, you can see my Jason Lives NECA box right there. I'm a huge fan of the film. I'm a huge fan of the soundtrack. I actually got to, you can show one off now. Actually, I can't. I legit can't for this time because it's down in the basement and in the area that I actually can't get to. Do you think Halloween should get a documentary along the lines of Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street? It really, really should. They asked Daniel Farron about it because he's the guy that did the other stuff. And he said that they did such a good job on the Scream Factory set that he doesn't think he can make a definitive Halloween documentary. I think he might just be a little bit too close to it and he doesn't want to do it. Any chance the new Puppet Master movie won't suck? There's a good chance, actually. Hopefully. But I'm skeptical. Much like James is skeptical about the new Halloween, I'm kind of skeptical about Puppet Master. It's going to be the first one. Tom Holland directed. Actually, it was Tom McLaughlin that directed Jason Lives. Tom Holland directed Child's Play. And, of course, Fright Night. For real. But, I forgot what I was saying. That's okay. They're both named Tom. Tom McLaughlin, actually, his wife is actually in the film, too. Remember the sequence at the beginning of the film with I think it might be Tony Goldwyn. I can't remember now. But it's an actor that I knew. Anyway, so they're in the car, and basically Jason shows up in front of them, and she says, "I've seen enough horror movies to know that a guy in a mask in the middle of the night, is bad news." That's his wife that's saying that. She gets killed with she has the American Express joke, where basically he kills her in the American Express card goes floating down along the puddle because American Express don't leave home without it. I guess you have the Chucky box set. I wish that's the one box set I don't have, Savannah. I really want it. I've always wanted, especially right now, because now they're rebooting Chucky and they're doing a TV series of Chucky. So now the latest box set of Chucky is the definitive box set. It's always been a little bit. It always came around a time that it was a bit more expensive, that I wasn't able to afford it, or that it sold out when it was on sale. So I've never been able to actually to get that one. It's one that I'm a really big fan of the Child's Play franchise, and to be honest with you, it's one of the it is, in my opinion, it's one of the stronger franchises. Whereas you'll get some where there's like kind of weaker. I find that Child's Play has maintained, even over it's what people consider its worst film. Did I get Combat Shock? No, I didn't get this Blu-ray of Combat Shock. It's a little. If you have a cast sign script called Chucky, that is awesome, Rich. I didn't get Combat Shock. I do have the original, like the Trauma edition that they put out, the Trauma Masterpiece, the Combat Shock, and I do like the film. But it's not one that I have to go out and grab right away. That's like I really, I'm interested in like in watching Threads, and the day after, which is how when I was younger. I got a box set when the new one came out last year, but only came out in DVD box, not Blu-ray. Oh, we had a Blu-ray here. It was really cool, but I didn't get it. But those are good movies, but they're movies that have to get at a certain time. They're kind of hard to watch. I got to write down your email. Can you give it to me again? Oh, sure. Anybody here want to give my email? It's pretty easy. It's prof PROFPYNN profpin 1989 at gmail.com. So PROFPYNN 1989 at gmail.com. 1989 because it's the year I graduated. It was one of the greatest years of my life. College was a very good. College was a very good time for me. Very good time. No problem, Mac. I got distracted from the Halloween, didn't I? But do you guys have any thoughts on your favorite? James Hayes' favorite Halloween is Halloween 3. What about everybody else here? What is your favorite in the Halloween franchise? See, Halloween 3 is way up there for me because I just really love that film. Tom Atkins is the man, the stash. My beard bows to the awesomeness of Tom Atkins. Original on H2O? I can see that. A lot of people have the original on H2O as their favorites. I'm guessing you're a Jamie Lee Curtis fan. You like that timeline. There's another question too. Halloween 5 for you? That's an unusual choice, but I can kind of dig it. So we've got original H2O, Halloween 3, Halloween 5. I've never heard anybody say Halloween 5, but that's one that I actually like that a lot of people don't. What do you like most about Halloween 5? Season of the Witch because it's so bad. It's not bad. It's good, man. Jimbo, it's good. I mean, like, yeah, it's cheesy. But we got, like, one of the great horror authors of all time, man. I mean, like, the science fiction authors of all time, like, Nigel Neal. The guy that did the Quatermass series, working on, like, Halloween 3. I'm working on a Halloween film. That's fantastic. Dean Cundy is doing this. We got, like, some great stuff. Halloween 3 is my favorite, too. I love Tom Atkins with a six-pack of beer ready to kick some ass. He had a six-pack of beer. He's ready to get some ass. Is what he's ready to do through that entire film. He had to be he didn't have altruistic thoughts. His character didn't. Would you guys have been okay if the Halloween series had stayed in this direction? Not as in like just had been a ruined thing, but if it went like he wanted to do. Only because I love Danielle Harris. Danielle Harris is fantastic. But she's fantastic at 4 as well. Because then we would have a Halloween 4, 5, or 6. It would have been like In the Mouth of Madness, Prince of Darkness. Those movies were probably under the Halloween moniker. It would have been like it was a great film and a song from the 60s. I would like to have the format. It's not too late for them to do a format like that. back in the day, for Friday the 13th, they had thought about maybe keeping the franchise going as direct-to-DVD films, as opposed to like some later theater stuff, and actually end up instead selling it off to New Line, which was the worst mistake they ever made. I'll get into that in the Friday 13th centric video. But also, these masks kick ass. I don't care what anybody says. I love the look of these masks. I want those masks, damn it. Not the ones that like make bugs and stuff come out of your ears or melt your face, but just, replicas of those masks. And it was such a fun movie. There was Danny Harrison in her Halloween costume on the front cover of Halloween 5. It's not costume though from part 4, because it's the clown costume, right? Because it's like a throwback to like they started like I loved Halloween 4. Dwight Little did a great job with the fourth Halloween film. I think that that there was no better way to go back and make a Halloween film that was going to please the fans any more than he did. And some people thought that he played it a little safe and it went too by the numbers, but I don't think so. I think in part 4 we got some of the better stuff. I think it'd be better for the franchise overall to go in a more anthology direction, but Michael Myers is such a superstar, any distancing from him would fail. And you're right, it not only would it fail, it did fail. As much as we can talk about how much we like Halloween 3 now, back in the day, people were pissed. They were severely pissed. They didn't like the fact of a clown, yep, of a Halloween film not having Michael Myers in it. They probably would have been better off if they would have done in a series of anthology style films. Didn't include the Season of the Witch hit song in that Will Ferrell comedy. The other guys, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the other guys. But I love. Is there any? The original Halloween films, I don't know. Resurrection is still kind of fun. It was kind of my least favorite. But I do like Busta Rhymes. Everybody hates Busta Rhymes, but I think he was hilarious. I love the fact that they had an ending for the film where this guy Decker, anyway, is a kid and he's like watching it. I think it would have been different had there not been Freddy or Jason. I don't think that it may not have gone on without Freddy or Jason. The franchise thing, the popularity of like Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street actually helped the series make a comeback. And in 1988, that's when they did Halloween 4. A lot of them were actually becoming kind of long in the tooth. Halloween 4 was probably one of the better that came out around that time. Halloween 5 was rushed, and the director definitely like butted heads. No one talks about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. We do, actually. I'm actually going to do a video on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, especially with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out. Well, the new to Scream Factory, Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation. I got a lot of thoughts on that, and they're going to conflict with a lot of people's thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, just so you guys know. Man, it's hot here today. I don't have my AC turned on right now, so I really should, but it's late at night and I'll wake my better half, so can't do it. I'll have to just be AC-less. I kind of want to watch these. I want to watch them all. I want to watch the features. I'm going to watch one of the documentaries tonight, I think. I want to get ready and prepared for the Halloween film that's coming. I'm excited about it. It's been a long time since we've seen a Halloween film like grace the theaters. It's been very long since we've seen Jamie Lee Curtis in a Halloween film. Your favorite is Next Generation. You have like some different favorites, but I'm not gonna. I love like the Next Generation for certain aspects of it. I think it's a great satirical film. Which slash movie in the '80s lasted longer? Yeah, me too. Matthew Renee did play great parts, though. They did. They took their lawyers are keeping them away from the film, and they're keeping their pictures off the films, off the new like Scream Factory set, which is ridiculous. So Matthew McConaughey, you made it. You made the film. Actually, it's one of your better early roles. You did a great job as a crazy guy in that film. Own it, dude. You're the guy that owns your stuff. definitely looking forward to rewatching all the films before the new Halloween. Me too. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch all of them now. What I'll start doing is I'll rewatch the features first, and then I'll start rewatching the films just slowly before the movie comes out. Though you really only have to rewatch the first one, don't you? Because it's like it's its own new continuity. Halloween is the only like franchise really that has had this many like restart reboots, like continuity shifts, right? Because we got Halloween and Halloween Two, the original Halloween, Halloween Two, and with that there's Halloween 4, 5, and 6, where basically Jamie Lee Curtis, then her daughter, took Piranha 2. Oh, Piranha 2 is awesome, dude. That's one of my better half's favorite movies. She likes cheesy stuff like that. She was a marine biologist, by the way. And then you've got the other one. Then you got the part 3, which is on its own, which is its own timeline. And then part 3, Halloween, is a film. They actually see Halloween a couple times in the on TV in part 3, and then you have part 1 and H2O. Oh yeah, Chainsaw franchise has Retcon Fever as well. And 1 and H2O pretty much. Well, no, 1 and 2 and H2O. Yeah, 1 and 2 and H2O. Just gonna watch Meg. Actually, it does look pretty entertaining. And then you have the reboot series, which is again Halloween, Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween, Halloween 2. And then you have Halloween and the new one, which is also called Halloween, unless they're going to put like a moniker type name on it. Wow, that's a lot of timelines. A lot of timelines. PG does not mean it's going to be a bad film. Do not dismiss the PG rating. There's a lot of good stuff you can do with PG rated films. I'll tell you what, one of these days I'll do a list of because people do tend to rag on movies oh, this is going to be PG or it's going to be PG-13. I guess it's not going to have any bite, but Rob Zombie's Halloween was decent. You couldn't stand the second one. I'm pretty much the same with that. I did enjoy. I go back and forth on enjoying the first one. I enjoyed aspects of it. And the second one, for the life of me, I can't get into it. But it does have a loyal following. And far be it from me to say what movie, people should or should not like. I like some stuff that a lot of people have considered extremely cheesy. And Halloween 2 is getting a huge, the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, although I'm not a favorite of it, it's got a huge cult following. So there's a section of the audience that movie was definitely made for, that really sees something in it. Something that maybe I'm too old or just too set in my ways to see. But that doesn't mean it's not there. It's just not for me. Meg looks like a decent movie that escaped the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, it's the theaters. I don't know. I gotta see more. There's a lot of movies I want to see. What other horror movies coming out this year? Big ones. Can you think of any other big horror films coming out this year? Obviously Halloween is the biggest. There's a Predator film coming out, right? And everybody excited about the Predator film? Interested? Kinda? Yeah? Not sure? Graphics are good at Meg. It'll be interesting to see how it does. You're excited about Predator one? I'm The Nun. The Nun is one that I'm actually really interested in seeing. The Nun will freak me out. Those movies, they always freak me out a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a sock when it comes out. Watch the Predator, don't know how I feel about it. Looks like a different approach. It does. Is it Shane West that's doing the new Predator film? I like Shane West. The good guys. The year that came, I Spit in Your Grave 4. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that one. Camille Keaton is back, and I know Spit in Your Grave is not for everybody, definitely, but it's a film that I did I don't like to use the word enjoy. Oh, of course, Suspiria. I think everybody's excited about seeing the new Suspiria film, and I heard Goblin is actually going around doing live concerts to Suspiria in the U.S. So if you guys live in the United States, just keep an eye out, because Goblin is going to be doing some concert tours where they're actually going to be playing live score to Suspiria. Well, I can think when it plays. For the original Suspiria, so that'll be interesting to see. So, Polly, you're in the U.S., right? That's something to look out for. I actually found it a bit. Hopefully, it's true. That's what I found out tonight. Just look great on the big screen. Trailer looks decent. It'll be interesting to see. I'm actually excited to see. There's a few movies I'm excited for this year. When does the new Godzilla come out? I kind of want to see. I still haven't watched the cartoon Godzillas on Netflix yet. They did two. Wrong Turn 7. Is there a Wrong Turn 7 really coming out? I don't think that's happening. Is it for real? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it'll be straight to DVD. Oh, really? No, you're serious? That you're joking. I honestly did think you're joking, because I own the Wrong Turn series. I got all of them. I've got six before they edited it. They edited out the missing poster. But I enjoy the Wrong Turn series, but they're not very good films. They're fun films, in spite of themselves. Wrong Turn Last Resurrection. I don't know if you meant that. I think you meant that on purpose. If you did, that is awesome. But no, I did. I enjoyed the Wrong Turn film. There's one. I guess it's a prequel, and the two leads are. The last Wrong Turn film is very strange. I know it didn't even seem like a Wrong Turn film, did it? But finally caught. Hey, Michael, welcome, dude. You did catch a live feed. We've been talking about like Halloween, Clue, the VHS mystery game we mentioned on here. We talked about the Wrong Turn series. The last Wrong Turn film was really, really unusual. We're going to put it at that, unusual. But it was weird, man. I enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed it more than some of them. I definitely enjoyed it more than... Was it part... What part of Wrong Turn, and you guys will probably know this one, was the one with the prisoners? Do you know how many times I fell asleep? You worked a second shift. I do nights myself usually, and tonight is one of the nights where basically I had an earlier time off, and my better half has like a long day tomorrow. So we're both working like a big shift tomorrow. So I decided I didn't have to work till later. Wrong Turns in order are 1, 4, 2, 5, 6. Is 3 the one with the prisoners? It is, right? 2 is the one with you got the same Wrong Turn pretty much order as I do. Though I think my part 6 was up further. Part 4. Part 4 the prisoners? Are you sure? I thought it was part 3 because I thought part 4 started the like the prequel series. 2 is a reality show. Yeah, 2 is a reality show. But like the part 3 I think is no, part 3 is the prisoners. Part 4 and 5 are prequels, right? Am I getting this right here? There's the one with the lesbian couple, and with the snowmobile. That's Bloodlines. Yeah, so that's the one I'm thinking of, right? Part 4, with when they're trapped in the asylum place, and there's that scene near the end. I don't want to give it away, but and part 6 was just like a weird one where you missed talking about Halloween, which we did. The Clue VHS mystery game, which I got. But there's so much. And I lost my track of thought. But yeah, I did like I enjoyed the Wrong Turn series by themselves. We'll leave it at that. I like them. I can definitely see people looking at the Wrong Turn series and saying those are pretty bad films. I'm not going to disagree with them, but it's just I really like them. $2 televisions, yes, Jesse. I bought a $2 CRT 13-inch TV set so it would be easier to carry around, like from room to room, if I wanted to play that Clue mystery game, by the way, or I just wanted to like just play like a VHS tape. I actually have been really meaning to watch Young Doctors in Love. Kino put it out, but I don't have that edition, but I do have the VHS of it. So I will be checking into that one in the near future. I did see that one in theater as well, and I did really enjoy that film. I was talking with my cousin the other day. We were like talking about like movies that we watched as kids and that, and movies that were like really severely hyped. We weren't talking about like movies that were super overhyped, because we mentioned like Halloween as being one of the more overhyped films. Uh, well, we were kids and we were teenagers, and Super Channel, like the movie channel type thing, they were promoting a film at the time that they'd created. You ever seen the Wrong Turn series? Isn't part 4 or 5 uncut, deleted, and super rare? Part 6 is the one that's really super rare. It's because they put a missing poster, a wanted poster of somebody that actually was like died or something like that. It was like a little tasteless, but I don't think they did it on purpose. It's a it's a whole thing behind it. But I hate when I lose my train of thought, and I did lose my train of thought. Guys, you want to like put me back on track here? What was I talking about like 2 seconds ago? This is the thing about going live, is that you're going in so many different directions that that you swerve one way and you miss the turn that you're going to go for, and then you take a totally different path. It's like driving at night in an area that you don't know. Then you take a wrong turn. See? See how I brought that around? Childhood horror. Childhood horror. Yeah. What I said is definitely gone right now. I feel like part 6 is super rare. I have it. I could have had bought the Blu-ray of it too. I got it on DVD, and I could have bought the Blu-ray as well. And I said no. I had them all on DVD, so I wanted them all on DVD. Watch this. Watching the streams like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Aaron's jigsaw. Yes, yes, I am. We have end this one with like game over. What you were talking about watching when you were younger. Movies you were talking about watching when I was younger. Ah, you want me to get back onto that? Oh, you got the Blu-ray of 6 when everyone was after it. Did you? I had it in my hands and it was like $2. Like I saw it at this like at this record shop that had a lot of like DVDs and Blu-rays. I bought a lot of stuff from, and it's Fred's Records in St. John's. So I'm there, do I want this? Do I really want it? I got it on DVD. Do I want it again? It's the same cut. They hauled it back in and like put it again with like that sequence like kind of cut out of it. But so you got the rare one, Michael. Congratulations. Part 6 on Blu-ray from USA. Does that mean mine's rare, or is there a different one? There were 2 that came out, Savannah. There was one that came out with look at the scene with the missing persons board. That'll tell you. Might get Hocus Pocus Steelbook to watch on Halloween. Hocus Pocus is a favorite of my better halves. I kind of liked it, but I think Hocus Pocus is one of those movies that gained a cult following over the years. Kind of like Ernest Scared Stupid. I was not a fan of I'm just don't like throw stuff at me. I was not a huge fan of Ernest and the Ernest things. I could take him in very small doses, like the commercials. Hey Vern, but and I probably would like him more now that I'm older. But at the time when it came out, I was really not like a huge Ernest fan. I really haven't watched Scared Stupid in a long time. Scared Stupid, Scared Silly, something like that. Anyway, but it was definitely like one of those cult things. The Hocus Pocus was the same way. They're trying to get Hocus Pocus 2 off the ground. That shouldn't be hard. I mean, like the actresses are still around, and I can't see that any of them are actually doing something that's like so pressing that they can't make Hocus Pocus 2, to be totally honest with you. So it'd be interesting to see that done. I hope they do it right. Who's releasing the Hocus Pocus Steelbook? I don't know, actually. I actually saw a Hocus Pocus DVD recently. Bet absolutely not, really. I'm actually surprised. But they can still do it. You don't need all 3 of them. I guess, a lot of people think you do, but there's, Bette Midler isn't a great actress, but they could use someone else, or they could just use like a different witch, or they could just not do it at all. Sometimes it's a great idea to see like a movie or redone or made into a TV series. Look at like the Hannibal Lecter like TV series. And other times it doesn't work out so well, like Heather's the TV series. She was why it's been she's why it's been taking so long. Didn't do it without her. Honestly, what after a while you're just not gonna be able to do it because Bill Murray and Ghostbusters. That didn't happen because Bill Murray didn't want to be in Ghostbusters, and they had many times thought of like ways to go around it and to use Bill Murray or use somebody else or just have like some reason for Bill Murray being not in it. And now, unfortunately, we can't do Ghostbusters as it was before, and there's actors that are passed on. I'm kind of ready for remakes to take a break. Love to say, but I don't constantly recycled material. I can agree. I mean, like my thoughts on a lot of the remake stuff. Because it would only come back to Ghost. Why not? That's actually a good idea. But here's the thing: remake bad stuff, man. Remake stuff that didn't do very well. Hey, how's it going? I was going to call you Professor. You know that? It's just so hot and I'm so tired. I'm not tired and I want to go to sleep type of way, but tired as in it's been a long day and it is super hot type of way. And I know my stream can be like a bit of a jigsaw and a puzzle and a little timey-wimey little labyrinth to go through, but I hope you guys enjoy that because that I do think that style is kind of my forte. It's what I do. Agree there. And let the things that fail have a chance to make it. Yeah, the things that didn't work out so well, the ones that aren't known as well as some of the other ones. And what could really happen with a lot of those things is then you get a second chance to see movies that you may not have seen, movies that you've forgotten. Everybody says, well, let's remake Halloween, let's make Friday the 13th. What about Who Done It? Does anybody know about a movie called Who Done It? It's not a very good movie. But that doesn't mean it can't be. That doesn't mean under the right people's hands that Who Done It can't be a decent film. It's a slasher film, by the way, guys. It's like a slasher film from back in the day, and it's a pretty by the numbers, pretty mediocre slasher film. I missed the live Bond stream, but I watched yesterday. Thanks a lot. Actually, I really like doing that one. I actually did my research on that one. I watched all the Bond films. I watched all the Inside the Bond films features that go along with that, and I still wasn't completely satisfied with it when I finished it up. I'm actually Jace, who was actually in there, on there, and Jace, really great guy. So hopefully we're going to do like a stream together in the future where we're actually going to talk about our Bond series, like actually rank them. You watched any of your new Hammer set yet? You watched Stranglers and Tongs so far. Roger Gatto's in both. Oh yeah, Yesterday's Enemy. Oh, check that out, man. I was unsure of the war films for the Hammer set. It was different. Wasn't what I was used to. But yeah, there's some good films, and it's probably one of my favorites in the whole set of like of all sets. I do really like it. Do you know if the William Castle will have a ghost viewfinder? I hope so, Jesse. I really do hope so. I remember buying like 2 or 3 copies of 13 Ghosts on DVD back in the day. And every time it said like, look for the ghost viewer, there was never any ghost viewer in it. I'm super excited about the William Castle set. I saw many of the William Castle movies in theater, or like in a revival theater, with the gimmicks intact. And I've always been like a real lover of William Castle. And I think he's severely underrated. He is the P.T. Barnum of films, and he went from being the P.T. Barnum to actually doing a respectable, thing. He produced Rosemary's Baby, and say what you want about like his earlier kind of cheesier stuff, which I do love. Rosemary's Baby is definitely it's a classic in the horror genre, and he was able to get there and to do that, and it's really nice to know that somebody that put that much love and that much work into the films that he did would finally get there someday. I love Matinee. I think Matinee is highly underrated. And I don't think it gets enough love. I don't think it gets talked about enough. I think John Goodman's a fantastic actor. I love Matinee. And this may sound odd, but I kind of like double feature Matinee with Cinema Paradiso. Yes, Matinee, as far as I can tell, and from everything that's in it, if it wasn't based on William Castle, it was strongly influenced by William Castle. What was the name of the character, the monster in Matinee again? It was like a mantis type thing, or something like that. But yeah, the gimmicky thing that like Castle was the master of that. Just found out about that movie the other week. Going to pick it up soon. Really, Matinee, definitely pick it up. It's a great film. Mant, thank you. Mant, isn't that cool? So many cool things. Matinee, double feature with Cinema Paradiso. Very different films. Very extremely different films. But both films that I think should be watched by people that love cinema, that love movies. They work really well in a weird way. It's a weird combination. It's a weird double feature. Some people would put Matinee and Pleasantville together. But it's just an odd combination. Just try it sometime. It's like, if you're willing to go into there and like mix up your different flavor on your slurpees, you can do it. Kat Sardanicus on Svengali for well, really? Wow. Cinema Paradiso is a fantastic film. It's a classic. Just see it. I don't want to with certain movies you just gotta see them to experience them. The first time I saw 8.5. 8.5 is a favorite of mine, by the way. I don't really talk about that one a lot on here. I actually don't own it. I really need to buy it. It's Criterion. It's a great edition of 8.5. If you love movies, then you're probably gonna love 8.5. I mean, like you love movies, then like behind the like film itself, you love filmmaking. 8.5 is just one of those that I got a great love for the film, and I've watched it so many times. Oh, you got the bell icon clicked on here on my channel. Oh, excellent! Thanks a lot. That's one thing you can do on here now. My streams can sometimes be erratic, half man, half ant. Oh, Matt, John Goodman, man. It'd be interesting to see if they do that series, that Nun Roseanne Connor series, if that's actually going to go through, which make for a better series. I would prefer one that's led by John Goodman. I think he's just a really great actor, and one of those guys that he's down the road. He's definitely going to get the credit that he deserves. Please show me your wrong turn movies to see what your covers are like. Actually, I can do that definitely. The thing is that Savannah, I would have gladly got up and got some of the other things there today. John Goodman's a good man, yeah. I like that actually. But as you can see, everything's are kind of in a mess right now. And when my movie library goes back to normal, then I can do more maneuvering around in the and showing you guys some of the stuff that you want to see. I'm definitely going to be doing the people ask for it, so the Disney Treasures collection, that's definitely coming. I'm going to go through all my Disney Treasures collection. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that I was able to get all of them. Actually, I showed them on there once, and Cinema Sickness on Instagram, and it's like thumbs up for Cinema Sickness. Basically, I didn't know there's 4 different cuts of Night of the Demon either. I thought there was 3. So the 4 cuts are going to be interesting. That's wrong to the movies. I'm missing, I think, 1. But yeah, I thought there was 3. So there may be one that I haven't seen. It really is unfortunate that you had to move everything. It's going to be a while getting back. Did you see Kino is releasing the Night Stalker? Oh yeah, I'm actually a big fan. I had the novelization of both the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler. They're also playing a trilogy of Terror as well, the original trilogy of Terror. And I'm super stoked about that. I'm a big Dan Curtis fan, and I'm a huge fan of of Dark Shadows. I got the box set, the Coffin box set, but it wasn't the real box set. It was like turned out to be like a bit of a knockoff box set. But the good thing that came out of it is that the quality was amazing, and there was no the book that was there. It was done well. Did I see both Blade Runner films? So what film do you like better, the original? Definitely. I like them both, but I like the original better. Better score. Yeah, the Trivia Terror one I gotta have. I'm a really big fan. I'm a big fan of Karen Black, although she probably didn't say it was a horror film. She didn't really like saying horror films. I was I saw it when I was like when I was younger. The Zuni doll like scared the crap out of me, and that scene did freak me out back in the day. And there's that movie that oh god, there's a movie at once that Vinegar Syndrome released a Sonic Bloody Night. Oh, that'd be nice. That needs a good release. That movie doesn't have a decent release. I'm like, I've had so many copies of that film, and none of them are good. Night Stalker was most viewed made for TV movie at the time. Yeah, and it does have a great. I hope that they bring it the night Kolchak the Night Stalker TV series. Hope to get the rights to that as well. Blade Runner, it's 2004. It's an amazing cinema. Yeah, I watched it in theater. It was incredible. But I'm just Rutger Hauer's in the original Blade Runner. You can't beat that, man. Rutger Hauer. That scene at the ending of the end of the film, like near the end, where the rain's coming down and Rutger Hauer makes his speech about the things he's seen, the life he's lived. That's all going to be like, it's all going to disappear. Gets me here. Kolchak's out here, and we have it out here on DVD as well. But the thing is that I want a good edition of Kolchak, Action Jackman. I really do. Missed opportunity was having Kolchak Night Stalker on X-Files. Did they try? They should have had Kolchak on there. Maybe there's a rights issue with that. Now, did anybody remember the other Kolchak's Night Stalker series that came out in the 2000s? We sent you an autograph from them back in the 1980s. That is awesome. Rutger Hauer was such a nice guy. Nighthawk's one of my favorites. He was amazing in that film, despite all the stuff that Sylvester Stallone did when you were a teen. That's really cool. One of my first autographs, or I guess that I got when I was younger, I guess a lot of you guys know her now from other stuff, but Arlene Sorkins, who I guess is probably most famous with genre fans as being the voice of like Hitcher, yeah, was as being like the voice of Harley Quinn. But she was on a soap opera called Days of Our Lives, and I was a huge fan. She played Calliope, and she was, and her character was married to John Delancey, of course, who is probably more famous for playing Q on Star Trek: The Next Generation and Star Trek, well, a bunch of Star Trek shows. Films want coming on Blu-ray: True Lies, The Abyss, and The Hitcher. I think The Hitcher is going to come out by Arrow. I really have a strong feeling that one's coming out, and Arrow's going to give it a good edition. They're just waiting for the right time. Can you imagine if they put it for Halloween? If they did like a Halloween, and The Hitcher was one of their Halloween. Ooh, that'd be a good one. But I think they've announced their Halloween stuff already, haven't they? I think they've announced their October titles. I think most places have announced a lot of their October titles. But I don't think Vinegar has yet. Vinegar Syndrome's October title announcements should be coming soon. And I'm always excited about their stuff because they always have something different. And as excited as I was to get like stuff like Demon Wind, which was like a really different, kind of a really fun film. If you haven't seen Demon Wind, I do recommend it. It's super cheesy, super fun. Definitely worth picking up. Movies like A Woman's Torment that I didn't think knew much about at all, and I watched it and really blew me away. Can't go wrong with Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, True Lies, striptease sequence. You can definitely add Jamie Lee Curtis to the top of the Google Doc list of people that this guy here had a crush on throughout the years. Project Metal Beast on Blu-ray. Oh man, I haven't even heard that title name in a long time. There's a lot of films that need to be released. Preo, have you done any 4K stuff? I know that there's some stuff coming out, and recently there's some more horror coming out. Actually, Puppet Master, Lilith Reich, is the first, I guess the first full moon one to come out on 4K. Can you imagine Jamie Lee Curtis in 1080p HD? Can you imagine Jamie Curtis in 4K? On True Lies. Or also Trading Places. because, damn, Vinegar Syndrome. Oh, Vinegar Syndrome for Project Metal Beast, I would definitely say would be a Vinegar Syndrome style title. Though I could see Scream grabbing something like that. I don't think it would have a lot of features on it. They'd like put it probably on their like lower end of stuff that they did, much like maybe even like, as a double feature. But I could definitely see Vinegar Syndrome doing like getting their hands on that and doing like a decent release of it. Vinegar Syndrome does like some really decent releases. Uh, Man, they put it like Alien Zone recently. So I definitely got to pick that one up down the road. I think so. House of the Dead, right? It's the other name for Alien Zone. I think they actually House of the Dead is the one they use. And my, I showed my better half. I was showing her like some of the Vinegar Syndrome releases that came out recently, and I showed her that one, like the House of the Dead one. And be back. I'm checking something. Bridget Nielsen was hot too back in the movie Cobra. Oh yeah. Well, I actually watched Bridget Nielsen recently in Chained Heat too. Edge of the Axe, good. Never saw it. Arrow's releasing it. I liked it. Back in the day, I was a huge fan of Edge of the Axe. I remember the cover. It had a really cool mask. But if you asked me to describe the plot to Edge of the Axe to you, I couldn't. I know that was a slasher film. I know that I really enjoyed it back when I saw it. It was one of those that I wanted to see come out on Blu-ray. There's a lot of movies that I want to see come out on Blu-ray. I was talking to Ken tonight, and I'm not sure if he's still in here now, but he was there at the beginning of this video, and we're talking about different movies that I think deserve like Blu-ray releases. I'll get into ones down the road, but there's especially some Canadian stuff. August, September, October are going to be expensive for my bank account. Here's the thing: I can't buy much in August and September because I want to buy a lot in October, and October, November are going to be expensive for my bank account. I asked for the Ingmar Bergman set for Christmas. Am I getting 10 to Midnight? I own 10 to Midnight, Jesse. I've got the Twilight Time edition, but if there's more features on the Scream Factory edition, I may have to pick that one up as well. It's I want to support it because here's the thing: I want more to come out like 10 to Midnight. I want to see more slashery stuff, more like thrillery stuff come out from Scream Factory. And you gotta support the smaller stuff that really interests you to get them to put out more stuff like that. Like one that I really want from Scream Factory, I don't have it yet, but I really want it, is a movie called Windows. And I really remember liking that film. And I think if you've ever seen the movie Symptoms, which was put up by Mondo Macabro, then if you like Symptoms, I think you're really going to enjoy the movie Windows. And I would recommend people like checking out the Scream Factory edition of Windows. It hasn't sold as well as as a lot of other ones have, but it's definitely 110% worth checking out. It's an interesting little film. It's a little thriller, a bit of a slow burn, but a good one, and I do recommend it. You can see Scream Factory releasing The Blob 1988. That is a great film. It's their anniversaries this year, actually. And it's there. It's one of those. It stands tall right alongside the original. Some people actually prefer the remake to the original, and I go back and forth. But I really, really enjoyed The Blob 1980. It is severe. It is atrociously underrated as a cool like creature feature. They did a great job with the Blob. Do I have that one over here? I don't think I do. Check the windows on your recommendation. Let me know what you think. Maybe watch like a trailer just to see what you feel. Love to see a collector edition of The Blob. That'll be awesome. I really do think it'll be something that Scream Factory would love to get their hands on if they don't. I'm looking forward to the Critters box set that's coming out. I really want to rewatch the first two Critters movies again. The Crites. I love the Halloween. I love the way that it's being done, and it'll go right next to my Halloween box set or my Vincent Price box set. So, but definitely next to my Ghoulies double feature. And with that, guys, clocking it at 95 minutes, I think, and I hope that you guys have been, that I've brought the entertainment tonight to you guys, and we've talked about a lot of really cool and different things. I love to do ones like this where I get to talk to so many people, and hear so many like thoughts on different ideas, and teach me some stuff when it comes to like some stuff that's coming out. The Umbrella release of the Blob. Didn't know it had the original and sequel. Oh, really? It had the original and sequel. Oh, it's thanks, Michael. I hope to see you back here again. It's been a pleasure having you on here, and it's been a pleasure talking to all you guys. So from everybody from Polly to Movie Mac to Savannah to James to Ken to Action Jackman to Reality to all you guys to Jesse. Have a fantastic, wonderful night, and I will see you back here soon again for another meeting of the movie club. Because right now, for me, it's time for tea. I'll check the email.